Hey everybody, I'm Jim Skidmore. One of the courses I'll be teaching next semester is Philosophy 3353, Philosophy of Law. Here's a brief sense of what that course will be about. Most human societies are regulated by systems of law, but there are profound philosophical questions that these systems raise. First, at the most fundamental level, what exactly is a law? What distinguishes laws from, say, ordinary commands? Suppose I were to command you not to drink alcohol when you're under 21. Would I have enacted a law? Of course not. I'd just be an obnoxious person who should mind his own business. What makes the state of Idaho's similar command a law? Is it just that the state of Idaho has more power than I do? That would imply that systems of law are disturbingly similar to systems of organized crime, which often have the power to enforce their commands in similar ways. Most of us think instead that systems of law have some legitimate authority over us. If this is right, then laws will typically carry with them an obligation to obey. So the fact that something is legally required gives citizens some obligation to obey that requirement. But where does this obligation come from? What are its limits? Most of us don't think we have an obligation to obey all laws. Civil rights activists in the 1950s and 60s violated Jim Crow laws in the South in order to oppose racial segregation. Did they really have an obligation to obey those racist laws? Perhaps instead we only have an obligation to obey laws that are fundamentally just. But how do we determine whether a law is just? And who decides? So in this class, we'll be investigating these and other fundamental questions that arise in the philosophy of law. If you're interested, I look forward to seeing you next semester.